Alright, so this video is going to talk about law of sines, and we're going to use law of sines to solve triangles that are not right triangles. Here's our formula for law of sines. It's a proportion, and the proportion says that you take the angle alpha and put it over the side A, and you can make it equal to the angle beta over the side B, and you can also make that equal to the angle gamma over side C. Triangles are still going to add up to 180. When you're looking at your picture, alpha will always be opposite the A side. Beta will always be opposite the B side. And gamma, which is this little symbol right here, gamma will always be opposite the C side. So alpha and A go together, beta and B go together, gamma and C go together. For this particular worksheet, I'm assigning the entire front. To keep our work neat, I'm going to divide my paper up so that I can keep all my work nice and neat in each section. That way it's easier to find later on, because I am going to give a homework quiz on Wednesday. So I'm just going to divide my paper up. Give me a second. And one more. Alright, so for each one of these problems, to the right of the problem, I'm going to have my answers, and I'm going to have all my work below. So in class, I did number 9 and number 13 in the first section. So the directions for 9 through 15 tell me to solve the triangle. When they ask you to solve the triangle, that means you're going to find all the missing sides. So the angle that's missing is alpha, so I'm going to go find alpha. And I can go do that right now because I know that the sum of my angles has to add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to say 95 plus 45, oops, let me try again, 95 plus 45 equals 140. So 180 minus 140 gives me 40 degrees. So alpha equals 40 degrees. I also know that I have to go find side A and side B. So I'm going to put all my answers right here in this little spot so I can find them come homework quiz time. Okay, so to set up one of these ratios, I'm going to take an angle and a side opposite. So I do have this 45-degree angle, but I don't know the side opposite. I do know that alpha right here is 40 degrees, but again, I don't know the side opposite. I know that this is 95 degrees and the side opposite is 5. So that's the very first fraction I'm going to write. Sine of 95 is over 5 is equal to. Now, we just have to make a decision. Do we want to find A or B first? I'm going to go with A because I wrote it first. So because I'm looking for side A, the sides go on the bottom. Look at my formula. A, B, and C will always go on the bottom. And your angle that matches it will go on the top. What is opposite side A? 40. So sine of 40. And when you're writing your angles, notice on your formula they all have a sign in front. Now it becomes an easy problem, a proportion problem. We have two fractions equal. So we're going to multiply and then divide. So A is going to equal 5 times sine of 40 divided by the one I did not circle, sine of 95. So I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to type in 5 times sine of 40, hit enter, and then divide that by sine of 95. And we get 3.23. So side A is 3.23. Okay. Now I'm going to go do my other side I'm missing. I'm doing B. And I cannot do A squared plus B squared equals C squared anymore because these are not right triangles. So I'm going to go set up another ratio. I'm going to start off with the exact same fraction, sine of 95 over 5, an angle and its side opposite is equal to. This time I'm looking for B. B has to go on the bottom and the beta goes on the top. Sine of beta is this angle opposite, so sine of 45. Again, we're going to circle the diagonal that has numbers in it and divide by the one I didn't circle. So B is going to equal 5 times sine of 45 divided by sine of 95. I'm going to go to my calculator, and I'm going to type that in. 5 times sine of 45, enter, divided by sine of 95, enter. 3.55. And there you go. We have solved the triangle. Okay, so a couple key things to remember one more time. Let's recap. The angles still have to add up to 180, so I found alpha by adding my two angles up and subtracting it from 180. Once you get your angles, you're going to use these ratios up top to get your missing sides. You circle the numbers that are diagonal, and then you divide by the one you didn't circle. Okay, the only other thing we need to make sure we remember is remember that when we're doing triangle problems to always have your calculator in degree mode. All right, so we're going to go do another one together. In class, I also did number 13. So if you weren't here yesterday, or today, I'm sorry, you're going to do these with me in the video. So they gave me 45 and 40, and they asked me to find gamma. So I'm going to add those two angles up. So 45 plus 40 equals 85. And I'm going to subtract that from 180, and I find out that my missing angle is 95 degrees. So this angle up here is 95. All right, now I'm going to go set up my ratio. I'm going to go find A, and I need to go find C. So first thing I do is I look at my problem, and I try to find an angle and an opposite side. So 45 degrees is opposite 7, so that's going to be my first fraction. So sine of 45 over 7 is equal to, we have to decide if we want to find A or C. I'm going to find A first. Remember the sides go on the bottom, A, B, and C go on the bottom of your fractions, and the angles go on the top. The angle that matches A is alpha. So I'm looking for alpha. Alpha is always opposite. It's always going to be opposite the A side. So my alpha is 40. So I'm going to have sine of 40. We're going to circle the numbers that are diagonal. So the only place I can circle is right here because they both have numbers. If I went this way, there's an A here, so I don't want to circle it. So we're going to have A equals, we're going to multiply the ones we circled and divide by the one I didn't. And then we're going to go type it in our calculator. 7 times sine of 40, enter, divided by sine of 45. And we get 6.36. I'm going to do the next ratio. This time I'm looking for C. So again, I start off with the exact same fraction. Sine of 45 over 7 is equal to, this time I'm looking for C. So I go to the C side, and what is opposite C? 95 is. Okay, and again we're going to circle the numbers that are diagonal. So C is going to equal 7 times sine of 95 divided by sine of 45. And that's what I'm going to type in my calculator. 7 times sine of 95, enter, divided by sine of 45. We get 9.86. Okay, so I'm going to leave 11 and 15 for you to do for homework. On the bottom section, it's the exact same math. The only difference is I took the picture away. But we don't need the picture. We're going to be just fine. So I come over here to the side again, and I'm going to make my box for my answers. They told me alpha was 40 and beta was 20, so I need gamma. So again, I know it's 180 degrees, so 40 plus 20 is 60. 180, take away 60 is 120. So my missing angle is 120. They gave me A, so I'm going to have to go find B, and I'm going to have to go find C. So this time without the picture, I have to decide which two would be opposite. So let's review real quick. Alpha is always going to be opposite A, beta is always opposite B, and gamma is always opposite C, whether you have a picture or not. So they gave me alpha, but they also gave me A. And I know alpha and A always go together. So I can write sine of 40 over 2 equals, that's my alpha over my A. They gave me beta, sine of 20, and if they gave me beta, it means I'm looking for B. And now we're going to go do the same thing we did earlier. Circle the two numbers that are diagonal, divide by the one I didn't circle. So B equals 2 times sine of 20 divided by sine of 40. So 2 times sine of 20, enter, divided by sine of 40. We get 1.06 for B. Okay, we're going to go do it again, but this time we're going to go find C. I'm going to use the same fraction to start with. Sine of 40 over 2 equals, if I'm looking for the C, I need gamma on top. And we found gamma to be 120. We're going to circle the numbers that are diagonal, divide by the one we didn't circle. So 2 times sine of 120 divided by sine of 40. Okay, 2 times sine of 120, enter, divided by sine of 40. 2.69. Okay, so seems pretty easy to me. Let's go do number 19. Exact same process. So on 19, they gave me beta, they gave me gamma, the alpha's missing. So alpha equals 70 plus 10 is 80. 180 minus 80 is 100. They gave me B, so I'm going to go find A, and I'm going to go find C. Okay, so let's look at what they gave me and see if I can find anything that's supposed to go together. They gave me beta, they gave me gamma, and they gave me B. So I know from looking at the top that I can put the beta and the B together. So sine of 70 over 5 is equal to, they gave me gamma, sine of 10 over, and I know if I have gamma, that C always goes below it. So I'm going to go find the C. Again, we're going to go circle the numbers that are diagonal, divide by the one we didn't circle. C equals 5 times sine of 10 divided by sine of 70. Okay, so 5 times sine of 10, enter, divided by sine of 70. We get 0.92. 0.92. Okay, let's go find C. Oh wait, that was C. I wrote it in the wrong spot. This is my C. This will be A. Let's go find A. We're going to start off the same way again. Sine of 70 over 5 equals A on the bottom, and A always goes with alpha, and I know alpha is 100. Again, I'm going to circle the two that have numbers that are diagonal and divide by the one I didn't circle. So A is going to equal 5 times sine of 100 divided by sine of 70. Okay, 5 times sine of 100, enter, divided by sine of 70, 5.24. Okay, I hope that helps and I hope it makes sense. The assignment I gave was to complete the entire front. So you're going to have 9 through 23, and then we're also going to do 37 through 45. And 37 through 45. Remember, these aren't due till Wednesday, and we're going to do a homework quiz. I hope this helps with your homework, and bring some questions to me on Monday.